Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing about one of my favorite topics with you, which is discovering your life purpose as well as living your life purpose. Firstly, I usually get asked, why do I need a life purpose? Some people feel a pressure to find this big purpose and meaning of their lives. I kind of like to reframe it. Rather than saying, what is your life purpose? How can you bring purpose into your life? How can you bring purpose into your moments? It's kind of the same thing, but I feel when it's worded this way, it's a little bit different. Instead of seeking something outside of ourselves, like, oh, this great purpose I have to find, we're actually kind of taking the power back and saying, how can I infuse purpose into everything that I do? How can I live on purpose? Kind of just a play on the word, but how can I live on purpose? Because I feel a lot of people in the world are just kind of settling for what's in front of them, or just staying comfortable rather than following their dreams and following their passions and their desires and the things that really light their soul up. So when we talk about purpose, that's what feels like a fuck yes, a full body yes for you. It's waking up excited. And that doesn't mean every day you're gonna be like, yes, exciting. Like, you know, part of the human experience is feeling it all. There's ups and downs, but always having this, it's almost like your northern star to come back to. So things might get chaotic and confusing at times. Then, oh yeah, I remember this is my purpose. I call it my mission personally because I'm a determined person, I'm a very motivated person, and mission just resonates with me, like I'm on a mission. It reminds me why I'm here, and my mission here for my YouTube, for the books I write, the coaching I do, for the events I hold, everything, for all of the work that I do in the world, and also the thing that gets me up in the morning is to spread, it's very simple, like you don't need to have this big exact purpose, but my mission or purpose is to just spread the biggest wave of love that I can through my existence here on earth. I see the collective consciousness as this vast ocean, and we're all just little waves going through this ocean, and the more we spread love, the more we come to other little waves and it becomes a bigger wave. So that's what I'm trying to do here, and I do that through reminding you that you are not alone. That when things get hard and you're struggling, we all do it. It's part of this experience, not shaming parts of our journey and knowing that we're all in this together, even when sometimes it doesn't feel like it. So I do it through that. I do it through sharing my own struggles, vulnerably online and with people through my books, etc. And then also through ancient practices I've learned around the world, such as Tantra and yoga. It's my mission to remind you of your divinity and your inner power, the power you have to create the life of your dreams. So that's my mission, kind of expanded, but in short, it's to spread the biggest wave of love possible. And I personally feel that all of our missions or purposes here, in one way or another, they may be worded differently, but I think it comes back to loving and serving. Loving, connecting, experiencing love. I believe that is our essence. Experiencing bliss, learning how to add more of that into our lives and more connection and service, uplifting the collective. Suffering is a part of the human experience, but I do feel naturally in our natural state, we're not meant to be suffering the way that we are currently on our planet. I do believe that we can be at a higher vibration collectively, definitely, and a big part of that is equality and connection and being of service, and the people up here learning how to help the ones that are here, right? To be of service, not that they need help, but to connect with them and to serve them in a way that allows everyone to thrive and be abundant and experience a joyful life. So I feel that it comes back to those two. There's a book that I recommend often called The Awakened Woman, and this book is really for everyone, by Tara Ray Trent. Oprah said that she was her favorite guest of all time, and Oprah's had like over 20,000 guests or something, I think it was, like a crazy number, and she said she was her favorite just because she has such an empowering and inspiring story. So definitely recommend even looking into her story if you need some inspiration around this topic. And how she recommends finding your purpose is to ask yourself the question, what breaks my heart? So look in the world, something that breaks your heart. There may be many things. I've traveled extensively around the world. There's a list of hundreds of things that I've had to see that truly break my heart. But what's one thing that really stands out? My original mission was to help animals because that's a big part of my journey. I've been vegan for 17 years. As soon as I found out, the day I found out what a factory farm is, I have never touched meat and I never will again. That's something very close to my heart, and it breaks my heart to know that these innocent beings are being tortured and murdered and everything else that happens to them that's really, really terrible and evil. So at first I went to university around this for wildlife biology, and I was doing different conservation projects around the world as I went to university online. And I actually, I'm not going to get too into it, but I took acid on a volcano by myself in New Zealand and it changed my life. And I'm pretty sure I probably have a video about that on my YouTube. And then I decided that actually it's humanity who needs the work. That are the ones who are hurting animals. So then I became a yoga teacher and realized that we really need to come back to our spirit. And that's why I teach more spirituality now, rather than just concentrating on a conservation project where I might be helping one group of animals, or I could do what I do now and I'm reaching hundreds of thousands of people and hopefully guiding them back to love and to themselves. So I share that part of my journey because the why is what you're looking for, and the why should always remain pretty much the same. So my why started really with ending suffering to innocent beings and to humans as well, like all beings who are unnecessarily suffering at this time. So my why has always stayed the same, but the how is going to change a lot. So don't get too caught up on the how. How am I going to do this? Just know your why and serve from your heart. So whether I was going to university, taking that route as being a wildlife biologist, or if I was a yoga teacher, in 10 years I might be something totally different. Now I'm more of like an online coach, an empowerment coach. So you see the how of how I'm delivering this message and following my mission and my purpose is always changing. So again, it's like your northern star. Okay, so if you're still here with me, you're very interested in this topic, I have a few free PDFs for you. If you head to my website, KrystalAranyani.com, you'll see a little button that has free resources on it. Put your email in there and you will be sent to a web page that has a ton of free resources for you. I have workshops there, podcasts, other PDFs, meditations, downloadable audios. I wanted to share a bunch of different freebies for you. So in that you will see life purpose PDFs. Download those and I'll just quickly go over them with you so you understand them. So the first PDF that I'm sharing with you is the Tantric Wheel of Life. This is also a great reflection practice. I do this every few months, sometimes definitely yearly, just to reflect on where I'm at in my life right now and what I would like to focus on moving forward to live the most joyful life I can possibly. So you're just going to rate each 1 to 10 or 1 to 20 in your life, each aspect of your life. And then I like to give at least 2 main intentions of how you're going to grow in that area, or 2 actions that you can take. The second is the Ikaji, which is Japanese, meaning your reason for being. So I've changed it a little into my own version. And again, you're looking at this and writing out each category. And spend some time with this, brainstorm different things, sit on it for a few days. And I love this because it really goes over all aspects of your life purpose. You might really love doing something, but maybe that's just meant to be a hobby, a really fun hobby. So this puts into account, is this in demand right now? Can you be successful doing it? Because ultimately we do want to be successful with our mission, with our purpose as well. So definitely spend time with that. And thirdly, This is what I have created that I call my pyramid of purpose. And again, this is living a purposeful life, a life that feels fulfilling to you. I wanted to create this to show you that there's layers to living a purposeful life. Because if you reach a level of success chasing your purpose or passions, you'll enjoy it more when you're grounded in, firstly, your spiritual experience or essence. We put so much emphasis on the physical and external. So say you're very talented at music and you become a very famous musician. Oftentimes, even musicians who absolutely love their art and their craft, they get confused and really caught up in, say, the fame part of it or the ego aspect of it. That's why the spiritual foundation for anything that we do, not just around fame and money and success, it's so important to have that grounding. Because up at the top of chasing these dreams, it can feel empty if we don't have that spiritual foundation. Next is self-love and acceptance. So again, doing the inner work first and foremost. We serve others best from a full cup. And then next we have mind, body health. Of course, very important to have our energy to feel good. And in yoga, it's uniting. So mind, body, spirit. Prioritizing all. And then the next is action. So bring yourself to take action from the heart space. If you're making yourself do something that doesn't excite you just because you feel like it's something that you need to do, obviously we need to take action towards our goals. Sometimes we need to sacrifice and work hard. But if we're constantly doing something that makes us feel burnt out, then that's probably not our purpose. And we might be just trying to approach it in a way that doesn't feel alive for us. So always checking where your actions are coming from. When it comes from the heart, when it comes from a space of meaning, then we feel alive. And then also to balance that out, we have the feminine magnetism, allowing yourself to equally relax and just be at times, not always working towards this and putting pressure on ourselves. I have to follow this big goal and this purpose. Also letting ourselves sit back and sometimes allowing life to surprise us, allowing blessings to come to you. Prioritizing and nurturing yourself as well, taking the time for yourself to fill your cup up for self-care. Knowing that by simply existing, you're doing amazing. Your presence here is enough. And finally, at the top, continuous evolution. That's how we keep things interesting. Always evolving, always learning, continuing to get to know yourself at new depths, trying new things, challenging yourself. So those are the PDFs. Take some time with them. Let me know in the comments how it goes. I would love to hear. If you already have a very, very clear vision of your purpose and your mission, whatever you call it, please do share it in the comments. I love to read and to expand on this topic. And if you don't have it yet, totally fine too. Share that, because a lot of people will be in the same space as you. And I do want to touch on the fact that you don't need to find this big purpose. So when I say, how can I add purpose into my moments? That can be the little moments too. And oftentimes the little moments are the big moments. So I give the example of, say, you work at a cafe. And you're like, you know, my life is just working at this cafe. I feel like I need to have this big purpose. You can make that job, that career that you already have, purposeful. You can make it meaningful. You can love and serve from that space. You can really take the time and send blessings into each coffee and look people in the eyes. Have a beautiful day. Compliment people. Just silently send love and blessings. We're all connected, so we can feel that. Every once in a while, if you see someone on the street, maybe they look cold or they don't have a home, bring them a coffee, bring them a treat, make their day or even their week better. It's not these huge, significant things that we have to do. Like, I need to make $1 million and have 1 million followers and get my message out and do all these things. You can literally just sit back and ask yourself, how can I serve and love the people that I come into contact with the best? And as I've explained, I feel like that's what it's always coming back to for us. So in my own opinion, I'm just giving you the meaning of your life. But I think that's what it is. All religion, all spiritual belief systems, they're always coming back to love and service. Remember that you deserve a life that feels easy and pleasureful. You deserve a life that excites you. You deserve to get up in the morning and be like, fuck yes, I'm alive. Not every day again, but you deserve that excitement. You deserve that pleasure. You deserve that joy of chasing whatever it may be, but also finding fulfillment in the moment right now. It's this beautiful balance between being and then becoming, loving yourself as you are, and also evolving. You deserve a life of your wildest dreams. And I know that these changes and finding this purpose and following it can bring up limiting beliefs, can bring up self-doubt, and that's normal. It's totally normal, but you're stronger than them. And trust me that a life risking a bit, taking a leap, going for what makes you feel alive, and the chance of living that, even though the journey there, I promise, will be fulfilling and you'll learn a lot just on the journey. But going for that is a lot better than just staying comfortable and safe. And I speak from personal experience. I have managed to make all my dreams I had. I wrote out when I was, I think, 18, 19, my bucket list of 30 things I wanted to do before I was 30. And there were a lot of wild things on there, and I did them all. And now, actually, I'm 32. I should create a new one. I'm glad that I said that because I'm actually going to do that later. And every one of those things on there scared the crap out of me, really. And when I was doing most of them, I'm like, why did I do this to myself? Why did I do this to myself? But on the other end is the greatest pleasure and liberation you'll ever experience when you just go for it. So I hope that serves you well, my loves. I hope you enjoy the PDFs. Hopefully they can help you put things into perspective. And again, please let me know in the comments. And remember to like and subscribe for more videos every week. So much love and blessings following your divine, sacred purpose.